So, when you go on your weight loss journey, keep it to yourself because unfortunately, there are haters out there. And as us old folks like to say, the haters are going to hate.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I've been doing this, I'm on it. I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we can fight this. Freedom is priceless. Spread just like a virus. Living in a crisis. Do you feel courageous? Do you seek greatness? Trust me, you can take it. Go on and take your aim.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take off the cast, you can see all the healing. If the pain's in the past, move on from the grave and put your foot on the gas. No, never stop competing, yeah.
I was built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on the gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna end.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic, you can't stop it. It's been chronic since I was a boy, so neurotic and chaotic.
Built to last with the webs I'm weaving. I could change the past with all I'm achieving. Got my foot on gas, never stop competing. If you break like glass, then this life's gonna eat 'em. Make mistakes real fast, then you learn how to beat 'em. If you take
I just wanna be iconic, sipping on a gin and tonic. Got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it. You know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic. Keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah. Don't try to drain my energy. The enemy is everything. It's mentally, unhealthily, spreading like a rare disease. But I won't let it get to me. I don't need your therapy. I can leave a legacy of leading by intensity. Come on, we go.
All right, so another good workout. I am feeling really good. This is why training and exercising and just moving your body, getting in some good physical activity where you're getting your heart rate up, it helps. Those endorphins, you know, people talk about that runner's high. That is real. And we all know it's real because we've all participated in some form of exercise and felt really good afterwards. We just have to keep it up so that we can always have those feelings. It is so beneficial to your mental health. So yesterday what I did was I wrote on my whiteboard, and if you saw my video, last week's video, you'll see the whiteboard. But yesterday I wrote on a whiteboard, get out of the house. And that is exactly what I did. I got out of the house. I went to another town. They had a Christmas bazaar fair, I don't know what you call it, where a bunch of small businesses were selling stuff. I got out and I had a really nice time on a solo date, and I will insert some footage here. So anyway, let me get home and shower and decide what I'm gonna do for today. All right, guys, I am back and I'm ready to discuss the things that I did not do when I lost 50 pounds in my 50s. So the first thing I did not do on my journey was I did not announce my journey to everyone. As a matter of fact, I really kind of just kept it to myself. If you've been on a weight loss journey, then you know that there are people who consciously or unconsciously will try to sabotage your efforts. Perfect example. And this was probably a year after it was definitely more than a year after I had lost at least 30 pounds, because at this time I was getting ready for my bikini competition. And I had a friend come over and she brought a big bag of chocolate. Now, this woman knew that I was preparing for this bikini competition show because I had been talking about preparing for this bikini competition show. And she had the audacity to bring this bag of chocolate to my house. And in the back of my head, I'm thinking to myself, this woman is just trying to sabotage me. Also, another example, when I was working in an office and, you know, trying to lose weight and telling people, oh, I'm dieting and I'm going to lose weight or whatever, there was always something. Like I had one coworker who sat across from me, always offering me candy, or someone, you know, commenting about what it was that I was eating. So when you go on your weight loss journey, keep it to yourself, because unfortunately, there are haters out there. And as us old folks like to say, the haters are going to hate. The second thing that I did, that I stopped doing to lose 50 pounds, was I stopped punishing my body with excessive exercise. So right before I hired my coach, I think I was doing 6 to 7 days of cardio. That was way too much. The only thing the 6 to 7 days of cardio did was cause more stress on my body, more inflammation, which caused, you know, more water retention and just higher stress. It was just totally unnecessary to be doing 6 to 7 days of cardio for an hour. And it didn't matter that I was breaking up the cardio 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. it was still too much cardio. Also, going to the gym 7 days a week and doing lifting weights. Now, I wasn't training with weights 7 days a week, but spending an hour weightlifting. You really don't need to spend an hour doing weightlifting. Exercise is not a punishment. It really is a privilege. It is a privilege to be able to move your body, to run, to walk, to lift 20 pounds. It's a privilege. So we shouldn't look at exercise as a punishment. Also, if you're looking at exercise as a punishment, you're not going to enjoy it. Who enjoys being punished for something? No, we didn't do anything bad. So we're not punishing our bodies. What we're doing is we're going to make our bodies more efficient and healthier, and we're going to make our bodies more resilient to aging. Because when we're in our 70s, for those of you that have kids, you want to be able to lift up your grandchildren. You're going to want to be able to play with your grandchildren. So the exercise that you get in today is going to benefit you in the future. So we're not punishing our bodies with exercise. We're not doing an hour of cardio. We're not spending an hour lifting weights. We're not spending 2 hours in the gym. If you were going to the gym in your younger years, we're no longer spending 2 hours in the gym. I remember those days, 2 hours in the gym. I'm so happy that I no longer have to spend 2 hours in the gym. I also stopped comparing my 49-year-old body to my 29-year-old body. Because as we all know, and I've said this and you're going to hear me say it again over and over and over, in our younger years, it did not take much to lose weight, especially in our very early 20s. All you had to do, even if it wasn't the most healthiest thing to do, was cut out some carbs, run, do some little cardio, and you lost weight. And the older we got, the harder it became. But like I said, in our younger years, it didn't take a whole lot of effort. So when your body is used to you, going to the gym 7 days a week or doing cardio 7 days a week and eating less than 1,200 calories, after a while, because that is punishment. When you do that, you're punishing your body. And after a while, the body is like, okay, you know what? This woman or man, they are about to put me on punishment for the umpteenth time. They're gonna put me on punishment. I didn't do anything wrong, so why are they punishing me? And the body decides that it is going to resist that punishment. So you start doing the 7 days a week cardio. You do the sub 1,200 calories, and the body says, nope, I tolerated that in my early 20s. I'm in my mid 40s and older. I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing it. That's what your body says. Your body is telling you who is in charge, and the body says, no, I'm not doing that again. And all it does is just frustrates you because you're thinking about, like I said, you're comparing your 40-something, 50-something-year-old body to your 20-something-year-old body. And all that is going to do is just cause you to be more frustrated and to eventually give up. So no more comparing your current body to your body that was in its 20s, okay? We're not doing that. All right, so I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys can see the board at all, but I was determined to use this board because I forgot to use it in the last video. So yes, I am using the board. So the other thing that I stopped doing was I stopped giving up when I messed up on the plan. And we've all done it. we've all, quote unquote, we were good Monday through Friday. The weekend comes along and we overindulge and we're like, forget it. I've overindulged. I'm going to just eat whatever I want to eat this weekend, and then I'll start back on Monday. It is a terrible cycle. You're not the only person that has done it. We've all done it. You have lots of friends with you that can relate to starting over on Monday. And you know how you know you have lots of friends that start on Monday? Well, if you go to the gym on Monday, you see how crowded the gym is on Monday and how the crowd becomes less and less and less as the days go on. So by Friday evening, you basically have the gym all to yourself. So yes, so I stopped giving up. I gave myself grace. I am a human being. We are not perfect. That is something that I want everyone to, I want that to sink in. I want you to know that, you're not going to do everything 100% perfect. If you're doing bodybuilding, that's a different story. We're not doing bodybuilding. I'm not documenting my bodybuilding journey here. I will when I start to prep for that. But we're just doing lifestyle. So for a lifestyle, you don't have to be 100%. And I've said this before, when it's a lifestyle change, you want to live a life where you have food freedom. I hate to say it like that, but basically, food freedom. There are no restrictions. The only thing is, you're just not going to overindulge several days out of the week. That is detrimental to your goals, okay? If birthdays, holidays, special occasions, yes, you're gonna have that freedom to have the cake, to have, I don't know, 4th of July barbecue and everything that comes along with that type of meal. So yeah, because it's a lifestyle, you're gonna have the freedom to be flexible. That's the word I'm looking for, to be flexible in your diet. So if you are, following the plan Monday through Friday, and then on Saturday evening, you mess up, well, okay, that's one meal out of 7 days. One meal. Just that's how you have to look at it. How many meals have you had Monday through Friday? And then Saturday evening, you messed up on that one meal. Cool. Just hop back on the bandwagon Sunday morning. Just because you had that, meal that was not in plan doesn't mean that you've ruined all your progress. Now, if you keep doing it every week, then that's a different story. Okay? So you are going to stop giving up if you've messed up on one meal. Even if you messed up on 2 or 3 meals, you're not giving up. You're not going to stop. You're just going to hop back on the bandwagon and follow the plan. Okay? And one of the most important things that I did was I stopped dieting. Dieting is temporary. It is not permanent. I can't really think of any diets because it's been like 5 years since I've been on my journey. And so I'm trying to think of diets and I can't think of any. Only ones I can think of are the ones from the late 90s and early 2000s, the cabbage soup diet, the Miami Beach diet, because I'm from Miami, so I remember the Miami Beach diet. Was it? No, the South Beach diet. That's what it was called, the South Beach diet. Atkins. What else? What other kind of diets are there out there? You guys know what I'm talking about. Those things are temporary because you're cutting out large swaths of food, especially foods that you really enjoy. Food is supposed to be, it's not supposed to be so restrictive that it makes you miserable. Food is meant to be enjoyed, and it is meant to nourish our bodies, provide us energy, provide us the nutrients that we need to live, to think, to be active. So when you cut out large, food groups, you're not going to stick to that. You know, when you're growing up, you're eating whatever it is you want to eat. You have your favorite foods, and a lot of times our favorite foods are considered not the healthiest for us. And we shouldn't deny ourselves our favorite foods. We just should not be eating those favorite foods on a regular occasion. Those foods should be saved for special occasions. And sometimes you can, depending on what your goal is and where you are in your lifestyle change, you can incorporate your favorite foods into your diet on a regular basis. But you have to reach a certain point. You want to get to your goal before you start doing that. Also, since we're no longer dieting, that brings about a mindset change. I have a friend who, she does, what is the MLM, the diet MLM? I can't think of the name. Let me see, what is this? The diet MLM. It's real popular. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of the people? Diet MLM. Let's see here, top 30. Why can't I think of the name of that company? Oh my goodness. And I think they're still popular. Oh my goodness. Jeez. It might be number 1. I'm on number 13. What is the name of that diet company? Okay, so they list Beachbody here. I just learned about Beachbody. I never really knew much about them. So Herbalife, that company. That is, look, if you're doing Herbalife, if you're doing any of those, Beachbody or whatever else is out there, please stop. Please stop. That is the worst thing that you can do for your body. But I have a friend, I was telling you about my friend. She loves Herbalife. She loses weight and then she gains all the weight back. And I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna say her name. Aren't you tired of this roller coaster of losing, gaining? Oh, but this is what she says. It has worked for me. It has worked for me. No, you don't want something that has worked for you. You want something that is working for you from now until the end. So, a change of mindset, which leads to no longer dieting. So, those are just some of the things that I stopped doing when I went on my journey to lose weight in my 50s. I just want you guys to know that you do not have to be perfect, but what you want to do has to be sustainable. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.